Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of Hallertau. So far, not a whole lot of things happened actually. I was able to at least improve my community center 2 steps here, which is really not a lot, but let's see how we get there. One thing I was made aware by Paul Krogan himself, yeah, he was watching my playthrough, thanks so much man, really appreciate it, was that I forgot to upgrade my field at least one more step. So what happens, and when those all move up, I get to basically move one thing further up one step, and I think this is something I definitely forgot at least once. So let's quickly do that, and I think let's simply go for this field here up there. So again, thanks so much for making me. Apart from that, I think roots wise I was doing okay, strategy wise not so much, but yeah, let's see about that. So again, we start the round by drawing one of our quadrant cards here, and again we are here. Oh, interesting. So there are 2 spaces. No, I think that's a random decision. That's the question mark in this case. So yeah, okay, that's interesting now actually. So let's see if I can find a die here. Of course, I have my little jPlay die. So 1, 2, 3 is this, 4 to 6 is this, and it's a 6. Apparently, we are removing some workers from quadrant number 4 in this case. I think that was okay. I take that. Let's grab the next community card. This round we are getting 8 workers. Okay, that's at least something. Those are 6 and 2 more. I think we really need to get some more tools. Maybe to complete this gateway card over here. I think this was a gateway card. Yes, indeed. Having 4 tools, but really do I want to expend 3 of my workers this round just to get the tools. Of course, I get some flex and I get some height. And again, the height I could use for this bonus card here. So maybe that is a solid decision. On the other hand, here is also a very tasty card, and we can fulfill that. If we do play our cards correctly, I think we could now pull off a pretty good combo. Yeah, let's try that. So again, we do want to play this card, and I think let's go for the maximum output here. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So we are totally out of hops, but that's okay. We get 5 of those resources, which in this case means 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we get 1 extra. So we are at 7 clay, and I think that's not bad at all. So for now, this card doesn't do us anything good at all anymore, but I will still take it. Next, we will do the fertilizing here. So therefore we have to spend a worker. Now it's really so important to mention that you can play your cards anytime, anytime, even during another action. So we do the first thing here, which says we can now move up to 2 empty fields into row 5. So let's quickly do that. Then we still have this one, but before we move in this, let's complete this particular step of this action. So again, we are moving up to 2 of our fields into row number 5, which is perfect. Before we move on now, we are now playing our card. Again, we can do that. And that's the real cool part about this game. And again, this card says having 3 planted fields in row 5. And this means really at least in this case. So we have that clearly, which means we get our hop back. Hops back. I put it onto our row. We also get a rule. I take that. I mean, we also need rule like crazy. We get a card for that, a bonus card. So let's see what this one is. And this says we don't have any fields in rows 2, 3, or 4. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We don't have any fields in row 2, 3, or 4. So we can play this card here right off the bat as well, which means during the next income phase, during the next round, we are allowed to basically plant one of our fields, and this card is worth 3 points to us. I mean, this was now an extreme cool combo, but the action is still not done yet, because we still have the second piece of that action here, which allows us to basically plant a crop. And now I have to think about this for a second, but I believe idea was really to go for hops, but I think we need rye anyway. No, I think this is barley. Oh, come on, I keep mixing this up. I think this is a tool we still have. So yeah, let's go for barley right now, and it's planted here. And this was pretty much now the action. This was really a perfect kind of action in this case, because we were able to get another bonus card, 3 points. We got our fields a hell of a lot of resources. So I think overall that worked out pretty cool. And this is what is so amazing in this game. It's such an interesting puzzler. And again, depending on the card combinations that are coming out, you have to deal with different kind of situations every time you play this game. This is insane, insanely good. I still want 2 more sheep. Of course, I could go up there. Oh, come on. How is this called? The sheep thing. I think it's the sheep breeding, but it requires us to spend 4 milk actually. And right now I can hold on to the milk. I think we can go to the weekly market here. Of course, we still have to send 2 of our workers, but I think I will take it anyway. So we get a sheep and we get a meat. Again, having this meat is also not a bad thing. I will place it onto my player board. The sheep in this round goes onto this card here because we are in round 3. So the next time we are moving this sheep, it moves down here to the stables, and then it will score us 1 point at the end of the game. So these sheep are still safe for at least another round. But again, if we are moving into this round 5 and the sheep are still on this card, they die. Next we will go to the sheep market. Here again we are getting a sheep. You already know where this sheep is going, and we get this thing. In theory I could now take an action in between, but right now it's not that crucial in respect to timing, so I will simply take the hide. I will place it onto my field board here, and I think with 5 sheep now we should be able to play our next gateway card, and that is this bonus card here. That's worth another 2 points. So overall we have already scored 5 points out of 100. Isn't that nice? But this also gives us 1 wool during each income phase. I think that's not too terrible. I will take it. I must make sure that I'm not forgetting this. We still have 4 more workers here, and I guess we have to go for the cultivation. This allows us to plant 3 more crops. 1, 2. Okay, I can only do 2 actually, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I think we still have to do that. So it's really a pity that I don't have any flags now, but yeah, okay, that's life. Let's go here anyway with 2 workers, and the only actual thing to plant is rye and hops. Obviously I cannot plant hide or meat or so. I believe there are cards that allow you to do that, pretty much simulating some kind of deer, I don't know, breeding or so, or animal breeding, but in this case standard rules, you are not allowed to do that. Would be cool to do that for tools, by the way. But that was that action. I'm down to 2 workers, and maybe it's not a bad idea to go to the sheep shearing up here, because I get 1 wool per sheep I have, and I can move 1 sheep 1 round ahead, and it's only cost us 1 worker. Yeah, let's do that. And again, as we have 5 sheep, we get 5 wool. I take it, so we had 6 wool. That's not bad actually, because keep in mind we still have our point card here, which tells us we have to spend 5 different kind of goods, and then we would score 7 points, and 7 points is definitely not bad either. But we still have 1 more worker, but I guess I will simply spend him to grab 1 more tool. Again, I could have spent more workers at once, but I think what I did was better. At least I hope. Okay, let's go for this tool here. So we are at 2 tools. That's definitely good. These are also worth some points at the end of the game. So any combination of 5 goods and or tools is worth a point, but really not that big of a deal. And as this was the last action of our round, we can flip over our card. And this says I have to spend 1 rye per each empty space in our jewelry box. Ooh, that's right now 9. And then I would get 2 sheep and another bonus card. Whew, that's a difficult one. That's a really difficult one. And now I really start to see that those, let's say, cards from those bonus, no, the bonus, no, not from the farmyard. I think the farmyard deck, they are definitely more tricky. I really should have sticked to the standard cards, but okay, I made my call. Now I have to live with it. So this goes into our hand. Next, we would be allowed to improve all of our empty fields. We don't have any of those. We have an empty field, but already maxed out, so we can immediately jump into the harvest phase. And I think That's not bad. So we have some resources now. And in theory, I could spend it now. But I think let's do our upgrades first. Because again, playing those victory points card is really, you can do that anytime. Even when the last thing has done in the round, every player still has the opportunity to play cards from their hand. So you will definitely not miss out on those cards for sure. And that was the harvest. We get a milk for each cow. And I think that's sheep, sorry. And I think that's great too, because again we have 5 sheep, so we also have a lot of milk. And maybe now I really should consider, because I don't need that much milk, but okay, we can still let's really go into the progress step first. And keep in mind, we are now in round 3, which means we usually have to spend 3 goods for every upgrade, but in this case we can also get a discount, so basically down to 2 goods if we basically spend 2 different kind of goods. And in some of those cases this will matter. Let's do the easy ones first. So I think here again it doesn't matter, because we still have to spend more clay than we spend rye. I think we will go, but we can still go with 2 and 1 in this case. Maybe let's do that. So 1 and 2 and 1 rye. It was 2 different kind of resources, but again, because we have to spend more, but we are still allowed to do that. We don't get the discount in this case. So this allows us to upgrade this 1 space. I take that. Here it's pretty much the same thing. So we are doing 1, 2 and 1 for the brewing house. I think here it's also a no-brainer, but maybe we should stick to this because we have so much milk. It's 1 and 1. Why not? 1 and 1. Let's simply do that. So this was the upgrade here. Again, I will go through those one by one, and then you can definitely do these things again. Here it's the same thing. So we are spending 1 rye and 1 barley. Again, these are 2 different resources, which is the reason I can do that now. And the same for this manufacture down here. Yeah, I think we have a lot of wool. So 1, I want to hold on maybe to this one. Let's do that. 2 and 3. I really want to hold on to that, or do I? No, I don't, because we get this thing. No, let's not do that. Let's simply spend this. So this was the upgrade here. Perfect. So at least we get 1 extra step. So we will have 9 workers next round. I still have 2 more tools, so I think I should really do some more upgrades. So I will do the same thing here. 1, 2 and 3. I will spend 1 tool in order to move this carpentry 1 space ahead. Here I think I don't want to get rid of all of my barley actually, so I think let's not do that. So maybe I will do the baking house here, 1 and 1, and will spend my next tool. And those were all of my upgrades anyway. So, well, at least maybe for the next round we should be able to get 2 upgrade steps. So this piece, or the community center, will move over. And yeah, I think then these were all of my progress, and I'm not sure. I think no, I cannot fulfill this card here now because I need to spend 2 resources, 2 different kind of resource, and 5 times each. It's good that I didn't do that. I think this was still the better deal. So let's realign those boulders accordingly, and this is this. Okay, nicely done. I take that. Let's do 1 more round. We will flip over the next quadrant card, and again we have to roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 6. Oh, that's a bummer. That's really a bummer. I was so hoping for a high result now. Okay, I have to live with that. So yeah, this is cheap, but here it would have been really cool because I want to butcher some sheep actually, because we get a hell of a lot of resources from that, and I have a lot of those sheep. Oh, that was a toughie. Okay, let's reveal our next, not reveal, I have not seen, I really haven't seen it. And we will get 9 workers. I already did this, prepare this off camera. Let's see, 6, 9. Perfect. And now we come to the income phase, the first income phase of the game. So we get 1 wool, and we can plant once. I mean, that's cool. So here's the wool, and what do we want to plant? I think we need barley still, right? Yeah, let's simply do that. So let's put the barley here, because we always need to spend more barley than we would have to spend hops later on. I think this is definitely the most valuable resource. Okay, then we are basically doing our actions, and I think we will spend 2 of our workers now to get 2 more tools. And the only reason I'm doing this is because of that one here. Maybe I should have done that before we moved into the round, but okay, I've not taken bit. So basically we have 4 tools, we only have to have those, we don't need to spend those. Therefore I gain 1 flax, and now again it would have mattered, so I would have preferred bringing the flax out, but I need the barley too anyway, so I think that's okay overall. We will get also 2 hide, but we will spend that hide right away for this bonus card here, which is another 3 point and gives us 2 more wool during the next income phase. What do you think about that? Okay, nicely done. So we are at 8 points right now. Not great, but I will take it anyway. And this all for just 2 workers. I think that was a pretty good deal. We need more stuff actually. So I have to go to the farming. Yeah, I think I have to do some farming here. So either I get a new field on row 5, or I can plant up to 4 times. And I think that's what I'm doing. So we want this, we want this. We will bring down 1 hops in order to go in here. Yeah, obviously I'm missing out on one of those things. Not ideal, not really efficient, but yeah, I have to live with that. And then we still have 6 more workers. I don't think I need any more tools now. So maybe we should start preparing for some more victory point cards, because right now these are cheap to get. In a 2 or 3, 4 player game, this rooster here tells you get the starting player marker, and this can really go back and forth in a given round. So only the player who has this token last during the action phase will be the actual starting player next round. It's also quite nice. In a lot of other Euro kind of games, basically the player who claims the starting player will be the starting player. Here it's really going back and forth. I think I kind of like this. So we will place 1 worker here, which allows us to grab one of those victory point cards. And this seems to be a pretty straightforward one. 2 jewels or 2 jewelry and 6 barley. And then we would score 10 points. That's really not bad, my friends. Let's get some more sheep. I know I think we will see some dying sheep relatively soon, but let's go there anyway, right? I mean, sheep can be victory points too. So we go here, we will spend 4 milk, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So overall we are down to only quote unquote 4 milk, but this gives us 2 more sheep, and those are really adorable. And because we get those sheep in round 4, this means they immediately go down here to the stables and they are safe. Unless I'm butchering them, they will also score me 2 points at the end of the game. Nice. And I guess we can go to the sheep shearing here again. I think let's do that for now. Why not? Yeah, we will send 1 here. We get 1 wool for each sheep we have, and that's 7. So that's truly insane. So that's 5 more and 2. So we had 12 wool already, and we are allowed to move 1 of our sheep into the next round. We won't be able to save a lot of those anyway. So maybe should I move 1 down, or should I try to save 1? No, let's for now, because they will all die at once. Maybe that's the better deal. Let's move it over here. And yeah, that was dead. I really need more cards actually. That's my problem. I'm down to 3 workers, so I guess just to get some small points and maybe some more golds, let's send a worker here to get another bonus card. So let's see about that. Oh, that's 1 sheep we have to spend, and therefore we gain 2 milk each round, basically 2 more times, and that's 3 points. I think let's totally do that right away. So unfortunately this sheep is no more. We have sold it. It's on vacation on a nice farm. You know the deal. So we have dealt with this one here. We will score 3 points at the end of the game, but during the next bonus phase we will get 2 more milk. I take it. Cool. I think that was okay. What are we going to do with the last 2 remaining workers? 1 certainly goes to the clay delivery here. So we get basically clay equal to the amount of the round we are in. That's 4 in this case. That's really not bad, because we certainly need clay for some updates. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we are at 7 clay. Okay, I take that. Then we have 1 worker left. I could go for another tool, but I could go to the town hall. This allows me to basically shift one of our craft buildings to the left, and therefore we would gain 2 jewelry. And for 1 jewelry, I can move it right back. So I think that may not be the worst option. So I think, yeah, why not? Let's simply do that. And obviously you have to take one of those buildings that you can actually move over. Think not this, maybe this, maybe this. We need to spend 3 goods now this round. So the later you do that, the really worse it is actually. So maybe let's go with the carpentry for now. These things might get aligned if we are not realigned, if we are not moving it. Those boulders will move back, but I'm pretty sure we will move the carpentry back again, at least 1 more step this round. So pretty sure that those boulders will either stay here or maybe even move further out. But this thing now allowed us to get 1, 2 more jewelry. And keep in mind, we need the jewelry for this card, and that's 10 points. That's something. Each jewelry you still have at the end of the game is worth a point, but I think we can better use it. I think that was our last action. So let's move to our farmyard card. Okay. Oh, what does this means? Okay, when we play that, have to have 3 fields, 5 fields or 7 fields, and 3 rings. So in theory, I could go for it right now. We don't get any sheep, but we get 2 meat actually. Maybe, and meat could be now incredibly important for our next upgrade. Oh, that's something to consider. We don't have to spend it. We have the fields and we have the jewelry. And I'm not sure if I will get to 5 jewelry anytime soon. And getting this meat could be crucial. And yeah, I think let's totally do that. So we are playing this card now. We have the fields. Basically, that's the same combination. We have the jewelry now. I think it's really worked out pretty well. So we get 2 meat. So this is something that you always get. This thing is a little bit dependent on what you're spending. Again, I have a lot of sheep, so I guess I'm totally fine. Okay, that was nice. We will hold on to the farmyard card. So we have already played 3 of those. And I guess then, yeah, I think we can stay here. Nothing will improve. We will harvest next. Yeah, I think we can do that right away. We have some flax. Hey, hooray. This will move down. We have a lot of barley. And so, sooner or later, we have to start improving those fields again in order to keep those things optimized. Okay, how much hops do we have? We have 7. So let's simply do it like this. So I'm not confusing stuff. As long as you really keep those things in the same line, you can count it through. But yeah, that's the one piece. At some point in time, you might really bump it, and then you have lost track or whatnot. But okay, usually that's not a problem. Next, we will get some milk. So we have 6 sheep. Means we are going up to 10 milk, if I'm not mistaken. We had 4 milk before, plus 6, that's 10 indeed. Wow, this is really getting crowded. So I think I have to start spending relatively soon. So I get 17 points from my victory point cards, which is not bad, but okay. But these were those. Let's do the progress step. And in round 4, we have to spend 4 goods or 3 goods if we spend those from 2 different resources. And now it's the first time we can do that properly here for the carpentry. So if we are spending now 3 and 2 of a different kind, we can do that. And still this applies. So we have to spend 1, 2 clay and 1 rye in order to move it back. I think this was the minimum what we should have done. Okay, I take that, but let's continue. Here's the same thing. 1, 2 and 3. Again, we have to spend more barley than we're spending hops. I take it. Here's the same, but it's still 3 resources, right? So 1, 2 and 3 to move it over here. I'm pretty sure we will move it 1 step ahead sometime this round, but let's simply continue. Let's do this one here first. We need, okay, no, I think that's still okay. We need 2 different resources. So I guess let's do this here first. 1, 2. Then we need one more. Let's go 3. I think we have a lot of wool. Okay, I think I take that. That was pretty successful. Now we can continue to move. I think we will go, let's move it down here. So we are getting 10 workers. Not sure if we will be able to get one more step, but I think we can do that for the carpentry, right? So 1, 2, and 3 to move it over here. We didn't have to use one of our tools. Let's do this. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. So we are moving this one over. We also have to spend a tool in order to do that. Nice. We do have to do that here, right? So 1. Missed. I think I cannot do this here. I think I might fail on this because down here we needed to. Oh, that's so disappointing because I'm running out of materials here and we can only spend 1 flax on this, but we need 3. 1, 2. So I'm either losing barley or I'm losing rye, and this sucks, but I think let's do it anyway. So 1, 2, and I think let's go for this 3 for the rye. So we have moved this one over. Then we can do the same thing here. Still 2 different ones. 1, 2, 3, and a tool in order to move this one over. So we get 11 workers next round. I take it 2 more steps on this community center and we will unlock our first victory points. That's really crucial. So can we still do something? Because again, we want to use, if you want to move this one here again, we have to spend 2 tools at once because those stones are next to each other. Same is down here, but I think, yeah, we cannot do it here. Maybe here. But that cost us, I think, now we need 4 resources then, right? Oh, that's bad. And I think, let's not do that this round. I think we are okay. Let's not do that this round. I think now we really, before we do anything else, I really want to play this victory point card here. So 5 goods of 2 different kinds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is gone. So we have scored this card 7 more points at the end of the game. That's certainly something. Keep in mind, I can still use my jewelry to move these things along too. And maybe I should do that at least once, maybe, just to prepare things. So where are we weak? Maybe on this here. Let's spend 1 jewelry in order to move this 1 step ahead and also 1 tool. I think let's hold on to 2 more jewelry for the next victory point card. Okay, I take that. That was pretty okay, actually. We need some more barley next round, but overall I will still take it. Cool. So let's realign those. And in fact, those stones can move off, and when they're moved off, they're gone for now at least, unless the building is moving back, then the stones will follow back. But right now, at least we are moving into the direction that we start scoring some points for those buildings here too, which is really, really, really crucial. Okay, and that's the end of the round, and I guess I will end my playthrough for today. Let's have a quick look at our victory point cards. So we have 10 points here, 15 points, 18 points in total coming from these cards. We have 2 sheeps right now, that's 2 more points. We have 2 jewelry, that's 2 more points. So overall we are now somewhere in the area of 20 points or so. So I think I definitely need to get at least 1 more victory point card or so. Of course we should be able to fulfill this too, which is another point, but this brings us maybe to 30 points or so. And again, our target is 100, and again I'm really being pretty humble, so 50-60 points would be okay for me with this new decks I'm using here. Okay, and I really do hope you are enjoying my little playthrough of Hallertau using the solo mode. It's not really a solo mode. The only thing that's really affecting it is this quadrant card here, but it really plays out so nicely. It's such a nice puzzler. Really a lot of fun to play. A huge shout out to all of my patrons as usual. If you want to support my channel, you will find a link to my page on Patreon. in the description of this video. It will pop up during this video somewhere, sometime. You can support me directly here on YouTube by becoming a member or joining my community. Very easy. Like and subscribe. This also greatly helps. And yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.